Happy Monday update. Well, something came my way. I was going to save this for tomorrow morning for Happy Tuesday, but I got to really start busy schedule at the VTH tomorrow, so I'm not really sure if I want to be bothered to want to take the time before I leave. So I'll get this out of the way now. And I forgot about something. When I remembered it, gave me an idea. Maybe I could help you out, Jabba. Once again, Uncle Brian to the rescue, because Joe Madden and the rest of your friends ain't doing a fucking thing to help you. You know? What they do with you is like, encouraging you to keep being a fat fucking retard. Same thing as if you got a friend, a relative, someone you care about, they're a raging alcoholic. Would you encourage them to keep drinking? They encourage you to keep being a fat fucking retard. With friends like them, who needs enemas? I hear so many things about you, Jar. It's really hard to keep track, but I heard that you did. This just came to my attention, and it reminded me of something else. I guess your story with Remax changed. You're sitting in your Jeep again. You did a whole series of short videos. And you flashed a Remax, real estate book. Oh, I have Remax. But you have to fill out a pamphlet and paperwork and send it to them before the... Whoa. I thought you've had Remax selling your property for a long time. Haven't you said it's been for sale for a long time? Yeah. Remax ever put a fucking sign out in front of your fucking house by the street where people can see it? That's the first thing real estate agents do when they sell a property. They don't rely entirely on a booklet, internet site. There are 3 houses for sale right now here on the Sport Table Peninsula. You want to know how I know? There's just signs in front of every fucking house when you drive by. You can't miss it. For sale. 1 is Remax. You can't miss their fucking balloon. And 2 is Pelletier Realty. I happen to know David Pelletier. His father, his family, grandfather, they've owned Pelletier Realty going back to, I think, like the 70s. That's how I know these houses are for sale. That's what they do. It's part of their advertising. They want as much public exposure as they can get. There are houses where sometimes someone maybe not even really thinking about buying a house, but they drive by for sale. Oh, that's a nice house. It's in a nice area. It's nicer than my house. I'll see what I can work out. See if I can sell mine. I'll buy this one. Who's your fucking Remax sign? Now your story changed. Well, you've had wasn't it your realtor lady? One time was a lady, another time was a man. It's going back a few months now. Oh, the realtor came again, told me I don't have to worry about cleaning everything up. He's going to do it. She's going to do it. Now you got to do it. Yeah. But now you have Remax because you flashed a pamphlet that's available in a lot of... They have fucking 7-Eleven's got a stand with newspapers, local. We have a Boston Globe, Providence, next door, Rhode Island Herald, and a whole rack of all realty books. Take one and go home with it. But now you have Remax, but you have to do all kinds of paperwork, send them before they... I thought they've already been... Who has your realtor been all this time? Where's your fucking sign out in front of the fucking house? Because you're set back from the street. I know that pissed you off, Nobody could see your Bel Air. That bothered you. Yeah, that sign out front would have attracted some attention. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Drive by, hey, there's a house back there. They pull in, wow, a Bel Air. You could go out there and tell them all about the Bel Air. Show it off at the same time, along with showing off your fucking $300,000 mansion sitting on a fucking concrete slab. Story changed. Now you're going to get Remax. What happened? You fired your other fucking realtor? That they never put a sign out there either? It made me think about something. You spend hours and hours and hours. Before it was sitting on a stool. Now more and more you're sitting in your fucking Jeep. Why can't you be sitting behind the wheel of a fucking school bus and doing your fucking job instead of being a fucking leech, a deadbeat, a drain on society by collecting welfare now? Bet you're getting food stamps still, huh? Fucking lowlife. A moocher. You can sit there for hours yakking. School buses today are automatics, man. When I was a kid, there were manuals with a shift. And I remember there was part of the trip to school. It even had an overdrive. Had that little red lever at the shifter. Once he got into fourth gear and they got rolling, then I guess it's electronic. I only saw one car in my life that had that. The guy had a Triumph TR6. I thought those were pretty cool little cars. It was a 4-speed. And I had like a little box with a red knob. And once he got into fourth gear, like on the highway, take his foot off the gas, pull up the knob, and you hear like kick in, engage, and now I had an overdrive, like a fifth gear. School buses had those. If I'm not mistaken, I think those old school buses even had Roots blowers on them. Some of them might have had a Jimmy. But I know some had Roots and some had Jimmys. They had blowers on those little school buses. They had to produce a lot of power, a lot of weight with the bus itself and all the fucking kids in it. You know what I mean? Those engines weren't, Anyway, I don't want to get into talking about cars. I'd rather talk about you, Jabba. So now you have to get information, and they need their time in. They look into it. They contact public records. They want to know the history of the property. Like they already had it at one time. Even the tax records. They want to know if there's a lien on the property. They want to know circumstances surrounding the sale. Is it in pre-foreclosure? Are there old property taxes on it? So they say there's old property taxes. The new buyer would have to clear up all the back taxes on it before they could take possession. They'd have to pay your bill too, because you're a fucking deadbeat. You don't pay your fucking bills. You know what I mean? Now it's going to be a hard sell. Just the condition it's in is a fucking hard sell to begin with, And I thought about, if you can sit your fat ass in that fucking Jeep now for hours and hours, you can sit it behind the wheel of a fucking school bus and do your fucking job. Instead of being a mooch, a lowlife, a deadbeat, living off the system, off taxpayer dollars. You're a lazy fat motherfucker. Now, something else came to my attention. I thought maybe now Uncle Brian to the rescue could help you out. Job, I hear so many things about you, man. It's really hard to keep track. Say he's going to be selling scrap metal. Oh yeah, he said he's going to be selling scrap metal. He already sold some shit. Somebody went there. He had metal poles for something that was holding up something at one time that, he's been selling little things here and there for scrap, make a few bucks, And I thought, he's got all those bicycles there, and that's when I remembered. Somebody told me this a little while back. You were showing off a bicycle you have there. All those bikes you have, let's face it. I know, I was a kid, man. We knew what happened when we left our bikes out in the rain just for one fucking night. They're already getting rusty on the fenders and the spokes and the rims, and, we used to try to wax them, and even then, I know damn well how long those things been out in the fucking rain, how many years? I don't think you're out there waxing them and cleaning, wiping them down and make sure the rain droplets are not rusting them. Those things must be all fucking rusted. Fenders, spokes, rims, sissy bars, handlebars. You got a shitload of them there. Then it made me think of something. Else. I said, oh yeah, Brian, I even showed off one a little while back, like an old Columbia from like the 60s or something, one of those real old style bikes. Thing was solid fucking rust and rotted. Seat was all deteriorated and tires dry. It was a fucking mess. Said he was going to restore that too. Well, yeah, time to break out. You know how Jabba does his restorations, right? Sandpaper, rattle can of paint, they're all restored. It made me think. Where today, reunions seem to be a big thing. In music, all these old has-been washed-up bands from the 80s, and they're having reunion tours, People are paying to see it. And a lot of them don't even have the original members. And a lot of them are faking it, lip syncing. And I have Access TV. They show a lot of concerts. I caught one a couple months back. Def Leppard is still back out on tour. Def Leppard from Vegas. It's kind of funny. The microphones, all their microphones, because that was a band that was known to have very good singers. They could really sing and they could harmonize. They were one of the better singing bands at the time. And the microphones, usually you see them, the microphones all had like these big sponge balls on there, like this big. So when their face was in the microphone, you couldn't see any of this. And the vocals sounded a little too good to be live. Okay. Joe Elliott a couple of times fucked up. He's singing and singing, and all of a sudden he turns, he takes the mic stand, goes like this. And he looks at the crowd, and you can still hear his fucking voice going while the microphone is way the fuck over there. So many bands have been getting caught faking it. And you know what? People don't care. They just want to see them. You know? They just want to see them. They don't care if they're faking it. But and now, you know what I call them? We need money to us. We need money to us, you know? So we're going to reunite. You know? These guys are in their fucking 70s and 80s and shit. Anyway, it made me think. Maybe you could do something, Jabba, help yourself. And you could help Discovery Channel. I haven't watched it in a very long time, but I used to watch American Pickers. People like you. They show up to our houses. Dim-witted, obese hillbillies in a rundown house with junk all over the fucking place, you know? You would fit right in. I know that Mike Wolf and Frank Fritz, I heard they had a falling out several years back. They don't speak anymore now. Mike's got his brother going out with that Danielle, the girl with all... I can't talk. I got a shitload of tattoos myself. Now there are other people doing it. Maybe you could be the reason why they have a reunion, Mike and Frank. There will be great fucking ratings on Discovery. They can promote it. You know, coming in November, Mike and Frank back together. And it would all be because of you. Contact Discovery and tell them, you have everything that they love. You know, Mike loves his old fucking bicycles, no matter how fucked up they are. And he's paying $1,000, $1,500 for fucked up bikes. With all your bikes, you could do what he likes to call a bundle. How about if we do a bundle? I'll take all these bikes and I want that old fucked up Columbia, because that's perfect for somebody to hang on their wall as art. He gets a fucking hard on. He giggles like a little girl. Hee hee, look at this bike I got. I'll give you $1,200 for it. You can make a fucking killing on your old fucked up bicycles. Frank, he loved his kids' toys, board games, old radios. He'd be fucking jerking off, looking at all your Hot Wheels cars, all your old obsolete boom boxes, your comic books. I'm sure you must have a few Rubik's Cubes around there somewhere, a few Monopoly. You have Operation, you know, the little tweezers. You know, you still got the little elastic band that goes in there and all the little bones. I'm sure you got one of those, Battleship. Maybe an old Nintendo. Mini G.I. Joes or Barbies. Man, both of them would be in hog heaven. They would have to make a phone call because their van that they bring wouldn't be big enough. They'd have to call around and see if they get someone there with a fucking semi and a 40-foot trailer to be able to load all your shit up. They'd drive away. You would have a fucking fistful of money. You'd be able to pay off all your fucking debts, pay off your mortgage, free and clear, get that deed in your hand. Now I own this. Be able to call RE/MAX and tell them, listen, I'm not going to be sending you any of that paperwork to get you started on trying to sell my house. I don't need you anymore. You know what I mean? I'm all set. And you could get to be on TV. People get to see you waddle around there. At the same time, you know, you'd show off the Bel Air, tell them it's not for sale, it means too much to you. You know what I mean? You could be famous. Discovery, the ratings would go to the fucking roof. I mean, people are really going to want to tune in. You know what I mean? They probably want to tune in as much as see the reunion of Mike and Frank, as much as they're chomping at the bit to see the new upcoming season of Mama June Boo, Family Crisis. You know what I'm saying? People love that shit on Discovery, man. Okay? Yeah. I guess RE/MAX really fucked up when it came to you. Your realtors kind of forgot to put a sign out in front of your house to let the public know it's for sale and who was marketing the property. Yeah. Well, RE/MAX is really slipping, man. You know, they really fucked up good. Maybe that's why you haven't sold your house. They're not doing their job, right? Don't blame them. Or do we blame everybody else for everything else? Okay. Now you can have a nice day. See you on Wednesday.